Or should you work in IT just because you like computers? Well, it will get you an advantage and knowledge because you already know something about what other people go to school to learn themselves. And people used to always tell me, especially older people, is if you get a job doing something that you like, then you never work a day in your life. Sure, that well-intentioned advice worked for them, but does that apply to computer careers? I say that it can, but be careful. Again, I'm a bitter IT guy that's been in it for a couple years, and you know that I'm pretty disgruntled, and I'm going to tell you the truth. So I'll put it to you like this. If you like computers, here's the possible downside. And I like applying other fields to IT to illustrate my point. Now, let's say you had a love for animals and you wanted to work at an animal shelter because you love animals. Well, imagine being subjected to seeing animals abused every single day. Beaten animals, neglected animals, abused animals. After a while, it wears on you mentally to see the bad things that people do to these animals that you love. And it can mess with you mentally. And this is the example that I bring up when it comes to computers. Now, you may like computers, but more than likely, you'll be working at a job where you see nothing but people abusing computers. For example, there was a job that I worked at that gave all of their employees very expensive maxed out computers, just regular laptops, starting at maybe $1,500, $1,600, while I can only afford a $500 computer at the most for myself. And to watch them destroy these computers and mistreat these computers and misconfigure these computers and break them, it was disheartening seeing it every single day. And then it really gets bad when the job that you work with is actually telling you to neglect things or telling you to mistreat these computers that you love so much. It really hurts. It really bothers you when you have an interest and a like for computers. Especially when, of course, in school they teach you best practices using supported software, but you're probably going to run into a business that's still running Windows Server 2003 with no backups on failing hardware that's not being updated and not being secured, but their entire business is running on this and they refuse to do anything different. After a while, this wears on you and it makes you bitter. It gets to the point with me sometimes where, of course, early in your career, you like home labbing and having different computers and tinkering with computers while you're at home. But then it gets to a point where, some days you just don't even want to see a computer and you don't use computers at all at home outside of the office. And so this is one thing that you should think about when it comes to liking computers versus doing it for a living. Of course, it gives you an advantage. It gives you a knowledge advantage, but it can also wear away at your love for computers and make you bitter toward these things that you used to like and ruin the perfectly good hobby that you had, like it has sometimes with me. But anyway, that's a common question that I get. And a lot of people who like computers are eager and enthusiastic to get into IT. And, you definitely will have some success because of it. But, you may lose your interest in computers after seeing what people do to them in the corporate space. Anyway, it's me, your really awesome IT guy,